Welcome to the 2016 season premiere of RamsTV, brought to you by Desjardins Securities. I'm your 2016 host, Sean Keisinger.
But it's time to swap the Waterer, and it's going to be intercepted. It's going to be intercepted. Has it down at midfield.
We've all seen the passion that you bring. Thank you on behalf of Rams. Sponsored by Desjardins Security.
The Jets give the time enough again, and not only has they call a touchdown.
On this week's episode, I'll have one-on-one interviews with wide receivers coach Nathan Hoffart, linebacker Danny Nesbitt, and your Week 1 Canada West Offensive Player of the Week, quarterback Noah Picton. We'll recap the Week 1 game against the Saskatchewan Huskies and look forward to the Week 2 game at home against the Manitoba Bisons. I am joined by receivers coach Nathan Hoffart. Nathan, thank you for joining me here on RamsTV.
Always great to be here.
Thank you. Ryan Chimbine kind of had a coming out party this past Friday in Saskatoon at Griffith Stadium. What have you seen from his development from year 1 to year 2? And has it been the kind of development that coaches like to see from young players?
Absolutely. In his first CIS start, you obviously the performance speaks for itself, but it's something we kind of seen coming all off season. He had the opportunity to kind of step into a role and get some more playing time compared to what he had last year, and he seized the opportunity and made the most of it.
And another receiver I think all fans of the University of Regina Rams that are very excited about is Khalid Cornegay. We kind of saw his speed on display in the preseason game at Medicine Hat against the Calgary Dinos. That speed over the top, making big plays, and then again this past Friday he was making plays down the field with his speed. Is the sky the limit for this guy? Like, how good can this guy be?
Well, Khalid certainly got a skill set that not many players in CIS could match. You know, he got a later start than some of our other players. You know, he didn't have the opportunity to be here in spring camp and through most of the offseason. So he's really playing catch up, but he's making improvements every week. He's picking up the playbook. He's picking up the Canadian game, and again, you saw the performance last week that we're certainly excited about the things he can do on the field.
I am with linebacker Danny Nesbitt. Danny, thank you for joining me here on RamsTV.
Thanks for having me.
Danny, it's a long process to get to where your team is right now. There's a long spring camp, off-season workouts are almost daily, and then the actual training camp. And then finally, this past Friday, you could finally get out there on the field at Griffith Stadium and actually hit someone else in a different helmet. A lot of preparation and a lot of work, a lot of your life commitment goes towards what you're doing right now. I'm just wondering, what were your emotions like on Friday night when it was finally time to get under the lights in front of almost 8,000 people and put your talents on display?
It felt great. We all worked really hard this offseason. I think harder than the Rams have worked ever in the past, and I think it's really starting to show. So it felt good to hit some other colors. It gets really chippy in training camp against the offense, so it felt really good to hit those guys up north.
Through your film study of the Manitoba Bisons in preparation for tomorrow night's home opener, what kind of jumps out at you on film, and what will you be looking for from Theo Dizar and the rest of the Manitoba Bisons on offense tomorrow night?
They're big, they're maulers. I think we're a really fast defense. I think we'll be able to fly around, make some plays. So as long as we know what we're doing and we're just playing fast, I think we'll be all right.
All right, let's get in the head of Danny Nesbitt. On game day, when you're sitting at your locker and you're about an hour from leaving to the stadium, what's on your iPod and what's going through Danny Nesbitt's head? Like, what's your pregame ritual? What's your routine to kind of prepare you to go out there and play football?
I like to try and keep it pretty light. I can't get too worked up or I'll start freaking out there. So, I keep the tragically hip going all the time.
There we go.
Yeah, I try and keep her light. I can't really get too worked up. Don't want to bomb any long snaps, anything like that. So just keep her calm and just focus on what I need to do.
Well, Danny, thank you very much for joining me here on RamsTV, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks for having me, Clint.
Thank you. I am joined by your Week 1 Canada West Offensive Player of the Week, Noah Picton. Thank you for joining me here on RamsTV.
Appreciate it, Sean. Thanks for having me.
And I know all the focus and all eyes are for tomorrow night's game, the home opener against Manitoba Bisons, but I got to backtrack to Friday night in Saskatoon. You had a career day. You were 29 for 41 for 471 yards, 4 touchdowns, and I think even more impressive than that even is that you had 100 yards rushing along the ground. The only other Rams quarterback to do so was Darrell Leeson. Looking back at the film, what are some little things that the offense did well that helped you be so productive through the air and also on the ground?
I thought the big thing was when opportunities arose, we were able to make the most of them. The receivers, well, actually, I should backtrack. It starts with the O-linemen. They gave me great time to throw the ball, and with that, I'm able to get the ball into the receivers' hands, and they're the true playmakers of the offense, right? They got a lot of great guys from left to right across the board, so if I can get from my hand to their hands, good things will happen, and I think that was the case on last week.
Right, the home opener tomorrow night, Manitoba Bisons are coming in town. They're also coming off a relatively tough loss at home against the Calgary Dinos this past Thursday. Historically, the Manitoba Bisons have had big bodies up front on the defensive line that can get off blocks and get after the quarterback and be disruptive in the backfield. Looking at the 2016 film of the Manitoba Bisons, what kind of reflects that? And is it kind of the same deal over for this year for the Manitoba Bisons?
Like you said, a lot of the same. Year in and year out, Manitoba does a great job recruiting junior players. They're big bodies, they fly around, and they're physical. So we're going to have to be mentally prepared for that, and we're going to have to match that intensity and be able to bang bodies back. I think we got a good game plan. So if we can protect up front and then hold those guys on the line of scrimmage, I should have enough time and we can make some plays.
Right. So on the lighter note, let's just calm things down a bit here. The NFL starts on Sunday, and I know you're a big New England Patriots fan, so I know this must be a tough weekend for you. Tom Brady is not in the lineup, as we all know. And I'm just wondering, did this have any... you didn't join the fantasy with the offense this year. I'm just wondering if that had any reflect on... Are you kind of upset that he's just... Are you shying away from fantasy because your band's not in there, or what? Just tell me your point of view on when it comes to this.
I think hands down it would be ill-advised, but hands down I would have taken Tom Brady first overall had he been dressing. So yes, you could say I'm boycotting the NFL for the first 4 weeks and fantasy football along with it.
That's what I thought. Well, Noah, thank you for the time and all the best tomorrow night against Manitoba Bisons, and hopefully we come away with a win. Thank you.
Thanks again, Sean. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching the season premiere of RamsTV. As always, brought to you by Desjardins Securities. The home opener is Thursday night. The Manitoba Bisons are in town, another 0-1 team looking for their first win of the season. Tickets, as always, available at the gate. It's going to be an awesome football game. Until next week, I am your host, Sean Keisinger.